Carl, let's get right to Lucas Tomlinson with a big announcement for the auto industry. Lucas.
Well, good early morning, Carly and Todd. If you're in the auto industry or planning to buy a car, you just received some good news. The Trump administration announcing tariffs in the auto industry will be delayed.
We spoke with the big three auto dealers. We are going to give a 1-month exemption on any autos coming through USMCA. Reciprocal tariffs will still go into effect on April 2nd, but at the request of the companies associated with USMCA, the president is giving them an exemption for 1 month so they are not at an economic disadvantage.
As you mentioned off the top, Carly, President Trump not as generous when it comes to Hamas demanding the release of the 59 remaining Israeli hostages from Gaza. Dozens are believed to be dead. Trump posting on Truth Social, "Release all the hostages now, not later, and immediately return all the dead bodies of the people you murdered, or it is over for you. I am sending Israel everything it needs to finish the job." Now, yesterday, Trump met with 8 hostages released from Gaza who told the president in the Oval Office they didn't think they'd be free without his return to the White House.
Were you all taken on October 6th?
Yes.
So this was hell, huh?
It was the worst thing that anybody can go through.
I was moved 33 times, spent time in tunnels with no air to breathe, barely food, hardly any water, and I am so grateful and thankful to be here because of President Trump.
We are here because of you.
We're alive and free people because of you.
The Trump administration has been holding direct talks with Hamas for the first time in an attempt to free the remaining hostages. Carly, Todd.
Lucas, thank you. Let's pick it up there with New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Congressman, these talks are unprecedented. The U.S. has never engaged directly with Hamas. Will it work?
I think there's a real opportunity here, and I think it will work. Again, you know, peace through strength, war through weakness. We've had 4 years of weakness. Now we're being strong. The president has made it clear, and it's the sense of the majority of Congress clearly, that we're dealing with the face of evil, that we have to be strong, and that they better release these hostages and these bodies immediately, or if not, there's going to be hell to pay. There's no in-between here. And the president's correct. We need to let Israel do what it needs to do to win this thing. You know, in the past 4 years, we always put Netanyahu's arm behind his back. We didn't let him to go in there full throttle. Now we have a president that's going to go full throttle. We're going to get them released, and we're going to move forward. And if they don't, there will be hell to pay. And I believe the United States will go after each and every one of Hamas until they are wiped from the face of the earth.
We will certainly be watching. Meantime, the White House putting Democrats on blast for their disgraceful showing at President Trump's joint address. Listen to this.
The behavior of Democrats last night was completely disgraceful and demonstrated how severely out of touch they are with the American public. It was the most shameful moment in the history of presidential addresses in that beautiful chamber. The Democrats exposed themselves as the party of insanity and hate, the party that wants to put America last.
Congressman, I think Reince Priebus said it best on Hannity last night when he said, look, the RNC could not have paid for the damage that Democrats did to themselves during the joint address. What were you thinking as you watched your former party basically implode before our eyes?
Well, you know, it's one thing to do political damage to yourself, and they did. I mean, it just looked terrible. It was horrible on the world stage. But you know what I just don't understand? When you're honoring children or families or heroes, good Americans, I mean, that's something we really should all be able to agree on. As much as I disagreed with Joe Biden and many of my colleagues on the left, if they were honoring somebody who was a true American hero or a young kid that went through surgery, I'd stand up and I'd clap. Forget about Republican, Democrat, right and left. That's just human. It's just humane. It's just American. And they didn't do that. I don't know what to say. And you're right. I mean, from a political stance, this is a dream come true for Republicans when you can't stand up and show your appreciation to good Americans. I don't know. What the hell can you do?
And Congressman, you know it's bad when even commentators on the left said it was bad. I mean, we're talking about a little child with cancer. We're talking about victims of heinous crimes. You should be able to just put partisan politics aside for the moment and show, to your point, a sense of humanity. The fact that they couldn't is mind-blowing. Finally, before we let you go, Elon Musk holding a closed-door meeting with lawmakers on the House DOGE subcommittee and the House GOP conference. One lawmaker telling Fox News Digital, quote, "The executive DOGE team is confident they think they can get $1 trillion. He acknowledged that we're going to make mistakes, but we are going to correct them very quickly." What's your reaction to that number, $1 trillion, Congressman? Is it realistic?
I hope it is. And here's the deal with this. There's so much waste. There's so much fraud. There's so much abuse. We certainly can save a lot of money. I mean, people really don't want the Taliban using American money to buy, condoms. We don't need to have, transgender opera in Colombia. I can go through the list. We don't want to go through all of it right now. But the bottom line is this. We can save a huge amount of money. We have to work with a scalpel. I say this over and over and again, and I mean it. We have to make sure that we're cutting the things that need to be cut, and there's plenty of it, especially here in Washington, D.C. There's so much fat here. We also have to make sure that those services, that those essential things that America does, helping working people who are working poor, helping our veterans, helping, make sure that our country is and does rise to all that it should, we continue to do those. And that's the trick. And yeah, it's going to be a little bumpy, and once in a while mistakes will be made. As long as we react quickly, and when a mistake is made, it is corrected quickly, I think we can all, at least most of us who care about America, be on board.
You can't let perfect be the enemy of the good. That seems to be the message from Elon Musk, as well as Congressman Jeff Van Drew. We appreciate you getting up early with us. Thank you, sir.